Sit.
All right, that was Head in the Clouds by AM Slingers. Thanks to everybody. Happy Saturday. Welcome to the Crate Dig. I am joined today by that group you just heard. I'm joined by Rich, Brad, Andy, and Glenn from AM Slingers. So welcome, guys. Thanks for joining.
Yay, thanks for having us.
Thanks
Absolutely.
for having us.
Yeah.
Excited to be here.
Yeah, I'm really happy with your picks. Like, there's a lot of stuff in this playlist that I'm gonna put on here in a minute. That a few groups I hadn't heard of before, but that's part of this whole experience is like listening to new stuff and hearing who you guys are through your picks, basically. So, would you mind just kind of going one by one and introducing yourselves and saying what you do in the band?
Yeah, I'm Rich. I play guitar, sing.
I'm Andy. I also play guitar and sing.
I'm Glenn. I play drums.
And sing.
Oh yeah, and I sing.
Nice. So are you guys all from Chicago? Oh,
I'm
Brad.
Brad.
Sorry to skip you, Brad.
No. I just play the bass and occasionally sing back up.
Well, are you guys all from Chicago or surrounding area?
Not originally. I think Glenn and Brad probably the only two that are born and raised Chicagoans.
Yep. Southwest suburbs for me, but have lived in Chicago longer than actually, the neighborhood I grew up in the Southwest suburbs. But now I'm in the North Shore suburbs.
Oh, nice. So what kind of brought you all together as a group?
Ooh,
Friendship, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were buddies first.
Yeah, so
Right?
I think it actually started with Andy hosting Glenn and I over at his house to play records. We started doing that on a nightly or a weekly basis. I think it took about 2 months before we asked the question, why aren't we playing music together?
Yeah.
And then, you guys were playing, and I remember Well, Rich and I are brother-in-laws, and we've played together in various bands before. I remember you guys were playing, and I ran into Glenn at the parking lot of the Trader Joe's. I was taking a break from music, and Glenn was like, we really need a bass player. And I was like, I'm ready to play music again. And it just, like, once we started playing it together, it was awesome. It just like clicked.
I know you said you kind of got together listening to records. So what were some of the groups that kind of bonded you when you were listening to records together?
Jeez. We were kind of eclectic in what we were bringing. It was just trying to introduce stuff to, things that we hadn't heard of. Like, Andy's got a pretty deep collection, so it was a chore to find things he'd never heard. But I think one of the first things I brought over was like some early Flaming Lips vinyl.
Yeah. The first record, I think. Man, I don't even remember. It's been a while.
Yeah. So I actually heard of you guys at a record store. So I found your record at Rattleback Records, where Andy was at the same time. So the thing that really stood out to me about the hype sticker on your album, it said, your songs use the scorched earth policy of early replacements as genetic material. I thought that was such a fascinating description, and that's kind of what got me interested in you guys. And luckily, Andy was there. Thanks again for signing the album. I appreciate it. So
quite a thrill for me too.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
That's
What
great.
was that Matt's concert you were playing leading in?
That was Sorry Ma, Forgot to Take Out the Trash.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah, some early stuff I thought I'd throw on for you guys. Well, let's just kind of get in the first block of songs, and then we'll check in a bit here. But do you want to talk about your first pick here, which is a New Order song?
Oh, that's Brad.
Yeah. I mean, that was my pick as, I guess, the bass player. You know, of course, I like New Order, but as just listen to records growing up, New Order like kind of spoke to me because like the bass could be the lead instrument, and Hooky is like, nobody sounds like him, and so it's one of the reasons why I really like New Order. I mean, it's just, and when the keys come in this song, like it's just I think it's actually their perfect best song that New Order's ever done. So
that's great. Well, it's a good one to kick off the show with. So we'll just start here and then keep going, and we'll check in with you guys for a bit. But cheers. Thanks for joining. I wanted to say, I noticed that the cover of your debut album here, and I think confirmed by Andy, this is Diner Grill here in Chicago, correct?
Absolutely.
So
the one and only.
The one and only. It started in like the 1930s. It's been running almost 24 hours ever since. I think they're closed one day a year, maybe Christmas, I think.
Yeah.
When it burns down too.
Right. Yeah. When it burned down.
Every like 5 years.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's, with all the grease in there, it's bound to happen. A tiny place. AM Slingers, is that named after the Slinger?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a reference for sure.
Okay.
And,
Hell yeah.
And I don't think anyone eats Slinger before midnight.
That's true. Would you mind explaining what a Slinger is to those not in Chicago?
Well, I think we're looking at it right there. You got a bed of hash browns, you got some eggs, got a couple burgers, 2 eggs, your style, smothered in chili. Delicious.
Cheese. Don't forget the cheese.
Oh, and cheese.
Yeah.
And
you will pile on lots of hot sauce on that for sure.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you're already getting heartburn. You might as well, double down on it.
And about 10 hours of farting.
Absolutely, yeah. I made the mistake. I went with a boss of mine before work early in the morning, and I downed one of these, and that was not a pleasant work day for sure.
No, that is not a productive work day either.
No, not at all.
Yeah, that's not something you eat before you get on an airplane either.
Oh, have you done that?
No, but I know somebody that has. Just saying.
Well, yeah.
Asking for a friend.
Right. Well, I thought it would be fun. We play a game every time with the bands that join us here. And I thought there's no better game to play with you guys than Band or Breakfast. So I'm going to show you a name, and you can talk amongst yourselves, but I need an answer from one of you on each of these. There's 5 of them. I'm going to give you a name, and you need to tell me whether it is a band or a hit item on a diner menu, just like the Slinger. Fair enough? All right. So number 1, Jive Turkey Waffle.
Survey says menu item.
That is correct.
Ooh.
All right. Number 2.
Hey, do we know where
the chocolate?
Do we know
where? Which diner?
Yeah, where does that come from?
I can look it up for you, but I don't have it on hand right now.
Okay. All right.
Not Chicago. I think this was like a list of like best weird diner food that I pulled from. So. All right.
Yeah, we got the next one.
All right. Chocolate Watch Band.
Band.
You guys know them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually was in a band that has the worst name ever, but I will not say it here. I'll drop it in the chat.
Yeah. There we go. All right. Next, we got the Chop and Chick.
It's got to be a menu item, right? That's mistaken.
Band.
It's a band?
I would go see the Chop and Chick.
I would see the Chop and Chick too, but I think I'd probably have more luck ordering it off a menu item.
Hey, we got 4 people. Should we do it?
I don't know. No idea.
We'll go with Brad's answer, but if it's wrong, it's Brad's answer.
Which was a band? Is that what it was?
Yeah, band.
It is a menu item.
Of course.
Well, I mean, come on. I mean, like, you know, I thought he was throwing us like a little curveball. What's that?
I don't think you can outthink Dan. I think you're just
Yeah,
gonna
right.
take it on face value.
I'm a pretty tricky guy. Yeah. All right. What about 14 karat grapefruit?
We're gonna go band.
Band? All right. That is a band. I don't know. I just, again, pulled up a list of food related bands.
It's a little tart. The music's a little tart.
Yeah, it's a little pastry. Yeah. All right. What about Bloody Joe?
Oh, that's gonna be a drink, right? And that's like a buddy.
Like a Buddy Mary.
Yeah.
It's either a drink or a shock rock guy.
Yeah. Right.
I'll go with Rich.
G.G. Allen's nephew.
Go with Rich. Go with.
I'm gonna go menu item.
Menu item? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It is a menu item. All right. So you guys got 4 out of 5. Good job. That's great.
Woo! Oof, sorry, not my fault.
The Jive Turkey Waffle apparently is from Funk and Waffles in Syracuse, New York. That's coming in from the chat here.
I'm gonna go check that out the next time I'm there.
I know. Yeah.
Wife's from upstate New York.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah, so I fly into Syracuse quite often.
Oh yeah, you got to let me know how the Jive Turkey Waffle is, man.
I'll take pictures.
Before we get into the next song, I just wanted to ask you what makes Chicago the city you want to play music in? You know, I know you're all kind of from all over, but what makes Chicago kind of your home base here?
Well, for me, I got no choice.
I mean, you started off with the Mats, and I think there's something about Midwestern rock and roll. It's you got to pretty much be okay with playing it, thinking no one's ever going to hear it. There's nobody pays attention, and I think despite that, some really amazing stuff comes out. I mean, you've got so many genres that have like the best of the best coming from Chicago. It's really a travesty that people don't know how awesome this city is musically. I mean,
it really is. There's something for everybody. You know.
Yeah, I want to pick up on that, Rich, because there's a band that has been in Chicago for a long time that has not like expanded beyond Chicago, but I consider them the best band in Chicago is 11th Dream Day. Like they're incredible, but like their reach doesn't go beyond the Midwest as much, I think, as it
I'll have to check them out. That's a new name for me. 11th Dream Day.
Oh yeah, Prairie School Freak Out. Like they're amazing.
That's the album to start with. Bartender at the Rainbow Room.
Touch and Go?
No,
they were
Prairie something. No, what was the record?
No, they were on. It'll come to me. The one that the Sea and the Cake were on.
Oh, Thrill Jockey?
Yeah, they moved over to Thrill Jockey from they were a major label signee in like the late 80s, and then they got dropped, and then they picked them up.
Rick Rizzo.
Yep. Janet Beveridge Bean, who was in Freakwater.
Yeah.
That was actually the band that made me move back to Chicago.
Really?
I saw them play in LA, and I moved out to LA to play music, and the scene wasn't happening, and I heard this band that was from Chicago. I was like, I need to go home.
I've heard that about what's the group called? US Maple. A friend of mine was living in Columbia, Missouri, and US Maple rolls through town and just blows his mind apart. And he's like, well, who are these guys and where they're from? And he he's like, okay, wherever these guys are from, I got to move to that city. And so he moved to Chicago because US Maple is from here.
So what do you think it is about the city that we have such good music here? You know,
it's in the water.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, well,
it's something that happens, I think, well, first of all, Chicago is one of those towns that everybody escapes to, that grows up in shitty towns in the Midwest. All the people that didn't fit
Northwest
in.
Indiana, so yeah.
I'm from Terre Haute. You know, that's the first I went to LA, that was the furthest away from the Midwest I can get, and then I realized I belonged in the Midwest, just not in Indiana. So Chicago, it's been since longer than I lived anywhere else. Yeah, 92.
I think also we're a working class city, and if you think about the punk rock scene here, I mean, Naked Ray Gun, I don't think they get their due. Like,
Yeah.
they're seminal, and they got a sound of their own that I don't think is appreciated globally like it should be.
Well, maybe it's a well-kept secret.
Yeah, it's probably right. Don't ruin it. But I mean, if we're talking Chicago, let's just go to our record right there, Steve Albini. I mean, Big Black. Doesn't get any more seminal Chicago music than that.
Absolutely.
Had a great time recording there.
Yeah.
Check the box.
So is that where you recorded this album?
Yeah.
Studio A.
What was that experience like?
We did 12 songs in 3 days? So it was fast and furious, but it was great. Greg Norman engineered and mixed, and he was amazing to work with. He got us. I think he got the best out of us.
Yep.
I think it was just a great sounding room.
Absolute dream come true to be able to record there.
I bet. Yeah. I mean, it's historic. You guys, that's great. And it's the sound is so clear. I love it. Do you guys want to talk about Rock and Roll Heart and let us know what that's like? What inspired that?
Yeah. Rock and Roll Heart, like the song that was in the first mix, Chevrolet Van, just about when you decide to play music, it's maybe not the best career choice. Maybe you're going to leave it, but it's something that's there. At times it can screw you up. At times it can save you. But it's always, the rock and roll heart, for better or worse, is there.
That's perfect. All right. Well, it's good. We'll kick off the next block of songs with it, but here's another one from AM Slingers called Rock and Roll Heart. Thanks, guys. And thanks for playing.
Oh, yeah.
To say thanks again to Rich, Brad, Andy, and Glenn from AM Slingers. Definitely go check them out on Bandcamp, iTunes, Spotify, anywhere you can get them. I know you're going to be playing at the Montrose Saloon coming up on October 1st. So definitely, if you're in Chicago, check them out. If you're close by, definitely make it in town to check out the show. So we got one more from you guys. I just wanted to say thanks again for putting together a hell of a playlist. It's been a lot. I love it. There were a bunch of picks that I hadn't heard before. So thanks for putting that together.
Thanks, Dan, for having us. This is super fun.
Yeah, it's been a blast.
The next song I want to play of yours, and then we're going to play one last song to take us out. But can you tell us a little bit about Cry, Cry, Cry?
Kind of a group effort, for sure.
It's kind of a group effort. I think Andy kind of brought the melody. Brought the kind of chord changes, and then I think we all got together and got the feel of it. It's one of my favorite songs, actually, because I think the song when we play it live has a lot of really good energy. It's
a powerful song.
You got to give props to the lyrics.
Yeah, lyrics are great.
Actually, my wife
wrote those beautiful lyrics. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. All right.
And there's a great hook. There's a great hook in the song from Rich that's pretty awesome. So
wow, so it really is a group effort. You got everybody joining in.
Yeah.
It generally is.
I will say that this one really took on a life of its own right before we recorded it. Like it was a good song. We played it live. It sounded great, but then like when we really started listening to ourselves and we went into the studio, that's when we really nailed it. So
all right, well, let's dive in, and then we're excited to hear your last pick. But thanks again, guys. This has been great. I feel like we've gotten to know you through your picks. So
thank you, Dan.
Cheers.
Really appreciate this.
Look forward to meeting you in person sometime soon too.
Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys. I really want to meet you, but appreciate it. Thanks for picking.